Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions as we just walk through our Bibles together. This Monday morning we're going to start with some real strong stuff in the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, beginning with verse 22 to 25. Now, as I read through this, I want you to see that there are four, really three, but I'm going to read it to you as four great wasters of life. Things that just, it just causes everything to be lost. You look at things and you go, what a waste. The first thing that is a waste is a sinful life, because nothing can go on to the second generation. I've taught you this in the services. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. The man's lifestyle determines that the stewardship can be passed on to the next generation. But a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. A sinner's lifestyle does not allow stewardship of blessing to pass to the next generation. So you'll watch the second generation lose everything that the last generation's worked for. And again, what a waste. The second is injustice. A poor man's field may produce abundant food, but injustice sweeps it away. When there is no justice in a land, prosperity, it doesn't matter how hard the poor work, a poor person's prosperity is swept away by injustice. Sometimes I look across our beautiful country and I ask the question, what if? What if we could just begin to have justice? What if we could just begin to have righteousness in our leadership? What if every mayor and every city councilman and every governor and every congressman and every senator and every cabinet official and every government official would just do what's right, and there would be true justice in our land? Notice, a poor man's field may produce abundant food. A poor person can produce prosperity, but injustice sweeps it away. The second thing, what a waste. The third thing that is a waste is a parent that will not take time and discipline their children. He who spares the rod hates his child, but he who loves him is careful to discipline him. When you spare the rod, you actually show that you hate your child. What a waste. You waste a whole generation because you wouldn't take the time and, forgive me, the unpleasantness of disciplining your child. I was in a store the other day and I watched this child throw a temper tantrum in the middle of the aisle. And I just watched the parent just look at them. I thought, Grabe, if my daughter had done that, I would pick her up and whack her on her butt right there in front of everybody. And then when we got home, oh my goodness. At some point, while they're small, you start by disciplining your children. You teach them consequences. Because when you don't, you're going to waste a whole generation because they never grow up knowing consequences. The fourth one, the righteous eat to their heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. Again, what a waste. A wicked life will bring nothing but hunger to a family. Now, you and I can get mad at that if we want, or we can just understand. A person who lives right will eat to their heart's content, but a person who doesn't live right, there's always going to be hunger in their home. And again, you look at it and go, what a waste. They don't have to live like that. A family doesn't have to live in hunger because they don't want to live right. So look at these four great wasters. A sinful life, which is also like the last one, a wicked life. Injustice, a refusal to discipline, and wickedness. These are four great wasters of life.